So I had been let go from my job, and went and told my wife and said, we're going to be fine. She looked at me and said, we'll be fine. And I was like, okay, we'll go home and take a break. And for a couple days, or, it turned into about 6 months. But I thought, hey, this will be okay.
We were just kind of rocking through life, getting ready for Thanksgiving, all those kind of festivities. And he shows up at my work, unannounced. He asked if he could speak to me outside in the lobby. So I took a quick break and went outside, and he very matter-of-factly said, I got laid off today. I remember just like, oh, okay, that's all you really want to tell me? It'll be fine. You'll find a job. It'll be no big deal. It'll be okay. Thanks for telling me. Go enjoy the rest of your day off. I'm going to go back to work. And that's what I pretty much did. Now, after work was over that day on the drive home, it kind of set in like, oh my gosh, the gravity of what has happened to us.
Sitting in church, pastor says, hey, we're doing a Christmas offering. And I had done a little bit of Christmas offering, but I hadn't really given. And I thought, you know what? A number hit me. It's like God said, hey, this is the number.
And I was listening, I was, oh yeah, that's great. We always participate in that. But really, I was just kind of going through the motions of life at that point. Not consciously, but I just really thought, oh, that's not going to really apply to us this year. We'll give some, obviously we won't give nothing.
And I said, babe, this is what God has put on my heart. And I said, I need you to pray about it and let God lead you as well on this, because I know I'm out of work, but this is a number that He has put on my heart.
And I was like, I didn't say this out loud, but I said, well, Jesus lied to you. That's exactly what happened. He lied because He didn't tell you to give that money. And I thought again to myself, yeah, nope, not gonna pray about it. Don't need to pray about it. That's definitely not what God told you, because that amount of money is way more than we've ever given. And considering the fact that you just got laid off, you've lost your mind. We're not going to give God that money. Not ever. My thought was, Jesus can have all that money He wants. That's great. He probably did tell us to do that. We need to do that. We will be obedient in doing that. But we're going to wait till you get a job, and then we will give God that exact amount of money as long as you get a job first.
And I went to reach for a checkbook, and I said, oh, babe, forgot the checkbook. And she's like, it's okay. So I was like, all right, because I remembered Pastor said, hey, if you want to give to the Christmas offering, you can go to Battle Creek, and this is the number, and you can use your iPhone, and you can get everything taken care of, and bam, you're done. Saw my wife that night, and I said, hey, babe, I said, I sent the Christmas offering. And as quiet as it was right there, that's how quiet it was for me and her, and that's when I knew I was in trouble.
I thought maybe that I was going to have to divorce him, really, because I thought, you're crazy. You gave God all of our money, and we're going to be homeless now because we won't have any way to pay our bills. I kind of really freaked out on the inside. And then just had this realization of, crap, He gave away all of our money, which is crazy to think. I know it's not our money.
So it was about a week later, say call it Tuesday to Tuesday, I was sitting in the house, just kind of minding my own business, and my phone rings, and it's a buddy of mine from back in the military. And so he said, hey man, you remember I owe you some money that I borrowed from you? And I said, no, you don't. I said, we're friends. This is long, it's never even thought about it. He said, no, I owe you money. I'm going to pay you today.
I barely made it into the front door before he's just, you got to sit down. You got to hear this. And of course, I'm immediately thinking, yes, you got a job, or you got a lead on a job, or somebody called you for an interview. First thing out of his mouth was, the money we gave in the Christmas offering last week? And of course I was like, yeah, I've thought about it, 24/7 since then, and not in a good way. When his friend gave him the amount, it was the exact, like to the penny, the amount that we had given in the Christmas offering. But what's crazy is he said, I felt so guilty that it's taken me, over a decade to give you that money back. I feel like I owe you some interest. So here's the money, and then plus I'm going to give you X amount of money on top of that. Take your wife to a nice dinner, and it's on me tonight, and here you go. Sorry it took me so long, dude. I'm glad that we're square now. And even though Tim was telling me that great story, that wasn't even what the news was he wanted to tell me. He was like, so basically, isn't that cool? We get to go to a free dinner tonight. And I'm thinking, that is not what I'm hearing from this. Like, every kind of emotion that could flood someone's mind and spirit at that point was, I was wrecked on the inside. God, like, whoa. Like, you were faithful to me in my disobedience. Like, holy cow. I can't believe you gave that money back to me when I wasn't even willing to give it to you to begin with.
I've been out of work since April. And we still give. We have a number, and that number is not on our budget. The really neat thing about it was the number that we both had coming out of the stakeholders meeting. I had never talked to her about, and she had never talked to me about. And that number is the same number.
It made the concept of an all-in offering and pledge not scary, but almost with an anticipation of what is God fixing to do next? Because I know what he can do. Like, I've experienced it, I've seen it, I've felt it. I've literally had money go out the door one day and come back the next, and I had zero to do with it. So I know that God can do that kind of big, crazy miracle.
Being all in for me, this is cool. I get excited about that because I'm waiting to see what God's going to do, because he did this huge thing with, that first Christmas offering. And then now we come into this season and we have almost the same scenario, but it's going to be over a longer period of time.
If I'm faithful in giving to the kingdom, the desires of my heart are going to change. What used to be, I would like to remodel my bathroom, would now be, I want to remodel the kids area in my campus. And it really shifted and is shifting my view about my money, my riches, my comfortability here on earth. This isn't my home. So we have not been focusing since the summit of how do we make our life more comfortable here on earth, as much as how can we use our money, our resources, our treasure to make the gospel go out, because we're going to live for eternity in heaven in a mansion, and that's where my treasure is.